What's going on, everybody? Jarrett with Jarrett Rushing Fishing back again with a new video, and as you can see, I'm out in the woods doing a little recording. Spent the last couple of weeks here at 2024 and into 2025 in the woods has been really good for my soul. And y'all, I just want to thank you all for all the support that you all gave me in 2024. I'll be flat out honest, 2024 was a memorable year. It really was. Had a really great year fishing. Spent a lot of time doing some things I love. More than anything though, I just want to commend you all for the success that this channel had this year. Y'all, we doubled our subscriber base, increased our watch hours by almost 2 times, and that's a testament to you all. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I promise you 2025 is going to be just as good. We're actually going to have a lot more content outside of fishing, which we're going to have fishing content as well, but we're going to do some baseball, we're going to do some more hunting, some hiking, we're going to do some fishing in places you've never seen before, on this channel at least. And I'm really excited to bring you all along with me. But if you saw the title of this video, it is, what am I going to do for 2025? So I want to go ahead and tell you, I'm going to tell you what I'm fishing. I'm going to hit on my sponsors, and then we're going to go into 2 quick talking points, and then we'll just wrap this thing up. But without further ado, what am I fishing in 2024 or 2025, excuse me. And in 2025, I plan to fish the Arkansas TBF, which is a sanctioned tournament trail. If you're an angler looking for something grassroots related, I urge you all to come out fish with us. We have 3 tournaments a year. Then you qualify from there to go to the regional or the nationals, because we have an automatic national qualifier this year. There'll be more with that comes out after the first of the year. I can't really give a lot out right now because I don't know much about it just yet, but I have been told that we are going to have a national qualifier directly from the states this year. So take in, look at the TBF of Arkansas. Our Facebook page is just the TBF of Arkansas, and if you want to come fish, come fish. We do a co-angler and a boater division, really laid back, not expensive, so love to have you. Second thing is I'm going to fish 2 different Arkansas Bass Nation sanctioned trails, being the Hogskin Bass Club down here in South Arkansas and the Anviljaw Bass Club, which is a centrally Arkansas based club but fishes all over the state. And due to my involvement with them and the way that last year ended, I have already qualified for the BASS Nation Regional event on Lake Eufaula in April. So we'll be fishing in Oklahoma and enjoying some time up there. Let's see here. I will also be fishing the state Bass Nation event on Bull Shoals in November of this coming year. So those are regional events that I'm already qualified for, that I'm going to fish 100% unless something happens to me or my equipment. With that said, the only other thing that I will be fishing committed to will be captaining my son and his partner for the AYBN Southern Division fishing. They have 3 tournaments in the spring, and then the Commissioner's Cup and the State Championship on Bull Shoals. So we will hit all those really hard, hoping for an opportunity for them to qualify to go to the Junior Bass Nationals, which would be really cool. I don't know exactly where they're at this year. I think last year they were in Georgia or South Carolina. So hopefully we get a chance to qualify and go and fish and have fun. But we're going to wait and see. We're going to put a lot of time in with them this year. So that's it. Now I will pick up a couple of little side things, some opens, maybe the Chamber of Commerce tournament, maybe a couple of big bass tournaments in, the Lake Fork deal or the Lake of the Ozarks deal. I know Keep Arkansas Fishing is throwing some tournaments again this year, so I might jump in with them in a couple. But I'm not going to fish anything else exclusively. Now, for those of y'all that followed me at Wright Patman, y'all heard that I was not going to fish BFLs this year, and that still remains true. I do have some personal issues that I'm not going to discuss here on this platform, but if anybody wants to discuss them with me, I'll be happy to talk to them about it. But really and truly, I'm not fishing the BFLs this year because of their new structure. Not a knock against MLF, but their new structure is not favorable to anglers in my personal opinion. They are they're increasing the amount of anglers per regional, going from 45 per division with 5 automatic qualifiers, so up to 50 per division, to now they're going to up to 65 per division. They're doing 2 states or 2 divisions per regional, and they're reducing the amount of spots for the BFL All-American from 6 per region down to 3. So ultimately, you're reducing the number of competitors per regional. You are reducing the number of spots that you're going to the BFL, which ultimately means that the payout has to be a little bit lower as well. If you only have 130 as opposed to 170, 180, I don't see how the payouts can be any better. So that's one reason I'm not fishing for regional berth at BFL. Not to mention that their regional or our regional in the Arky division this year would be on Lake Eufaula in Oklahoma, which I've got a good relationship with Eufaula, and I'll be there in April fishing the Bass Nation regional. But the thing that discourages me is that Oklahoma is the host of 2 regional events this year. They're fishing Grand Lake, and then the other one there's Lake Eufaula, and there's no rule that says that Oklahoma anglers cannot double qualify, one for the Arky division and one for the Okie division, or vice versa or whatever. Now, this is not a knock against Oklahoma. I don't want to sound like I'm, pointing fingers to Oklahoma, because if there were 2 regionals in Arkansas, I would find a way to try to fish both of them. I really would. But with Oklahoma fishing their division and then fishing in their state, and then they can jump over and fish Arkansas, and then from Arkansas fish their state, double qualify regional plus 60 anglers per division. It's just a little bit of an unfair advantage, and I don't want to waste a whole year fishing hard and heavy for 2 or 3 to 5 to 10 Oklahoma anglers to come over and fish our division, do just barely good enough to scrape in for a regional, and then go over there and actually hammer them because it's their home water. Call me a homer, call me a fair weather, call me whatever. You can tell me to be the best, you got to beat the best. I get it. But at the same time, you got to understand my position. I've got other things that I can do, and that just isn't what I want to go forward with. Now, with that said, next year, if there's regionals in Arkansas, I may double up and fish 2 sets of BFLs. You never know. So again, I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying that's kind of my personal stance on it this year. And you can have your own opinion, and we can discuss it like adults, but that's one of the main reasons I'm not fishing BFL this year. Now, with that said, I may jackpot 1 or 2 of them. I may fish Dardanelle, may fish the Hamilton Super Tournament. We'll just see what my schedule holds and kind of what we're doing then, what kind of filming opportunities we have out in front of us, and to be honest, how tired I actually am. But the second talking point is I've got a lot of free time this year because I had originally scheduled to fish the Bassmasters Open Division 2 as a co-angler. That was going to bring us to Sam Rayburn, Kentucky Lake, Lake Norfolk in Arkansas, and then Leech Lake in Minnesota. But we found out about 2 weeks ago that Bassmaster has done away with the co-angler division in the Opens. I don't agree with this. I don't. And again, not a knock against Bassmaster. They have their reasons, and I'm sure that I could have a discussion with them and they might make it make sense. But you're taking away a division for anglers that don't have the time nor the money to fish as a boater, and you're basically killing your grassroots level. I know that some people say, well, it was unfair to boaters that got a co-angler and others that didn't, blah, blah, blah. But the fact is that anglers with co-anglers, or boaters with co-anglers have been winning for years and years and years anyways, whether they had a co or whether they didn't. If they're going to win, they're going to win. Which all of this comes back to that one special debate that everybody's been having since it came out, but forward-facing sonar. Do I believe, looking back on it, I was talking about forward-facing sonar and what it's done to our organizations, and really and truly I couldn't see any repercussions. But at this point, I'm looking at the co-angler divisions falling. The BFLs have made it where if you don't link, they are not doing a boater-on-boater draw anymore, so boaters will be sent home. They will. They'll be refunded and sent home. And I think this is all a byproduct of the forward-facing sonar era that we're in. Do I think it's a bad thing for the anglers? Not at all. I think it's a tool. Learn to use it, get good at it, use it. However, it's evident that it is hurting the organization, especially on the grassroots level. It is. I don't know what TBF is going to do with it, and I don't know what Bass Nation will do with it later on down the line. I don't know what local clubs are going to do. There's some clubs that are already banning it. I still applaud NPFL. I do, for taking the stance that they did. They banned it completely in their organization. It's awesome. I like it. That is a stance, and it's evident that that was an important stance, because there are a lot of Bass pros and MLF pros that have jumped ship and gone ahead and gone to NPFL. NPFL is about to be a huge organization in the next 5 years. They're already getting there, really, but that's neither here nor there. Just 2 points that I had that I want to talk about. But with all the stuff that we're doing, we are going to do some charity trips. We're going to do some outreach. We've got a lot of filming in store. We're going to do some youth filming. And, you know, we still got all of our sponsors. I've got a lot of backers this year that have said that they would back us. All the ones from last year, well, all of them but one, agreed to come back. That was Arky Lures, Natural Gear Camouflage, Sea Arc Boats, Spencer's Marine, Brad's Custom Rod and Tackle, Kayak Obsessions, Woody's Peach Orchard, Mesa Transit, H&R Block of Monticello. Let's see, I'm missing some somewhere. B&G's Pizza, can't forget them. They've been a true mainstay since the beginning. And then Commercial Bank, which used to be First State Bank, they're all back. And I do have 2 new sponsors this year that have agreed to come on, and really excited about them. Number one is Blakely Surveying, or Blakely Land Services. We'll be posting a lot about my buddy Bud and his job and his surveying business, but he's agreed to come on and support a little bit. And then we got a surprise one the other day. Richard's Honda out of Little Rock has agreed to come on, or Richard Yamaha Honda has agreed to come on. So hopefully in the near future, maybe we can switch that old Suzuki over to a Yamaha show and represent them really well. But that's coming soon. It's in the works, but you know, we're gonna see what happens. But for the time being, we're gonna enjoy really and truly not fishing as much this year. We're still going to fish competitively. We're still going to travel. We're still going to go places. You're going to have content. But as far as an extra 5 tournaments with BFL, we're not going to do those. The 1 week regional at the end of the year, not going to do that this year. We're just going to take time, put in the time, and really hone in to do as best that we can in the events that I'm fishing, if that makes any sense. You know, if you spread too thin, you don't do well in all of the events. You do well in one here, one there, one here, one there. But if you really put forth the time and the effort, practice, and do everything that you're supposed to do, then you can excel at some events. And this year we're going to try to excel at Lake Eufaula, number 1, Bull Shoals, number 2, and then hopefully later down the line we'll either excel at Table Rock or go ahead and qualify for the Nationals and put in a lot of time and effort to be the best TBF National competitor we can be. So I appreciate all y'all for tuning in. If y'all want to drop a comment here, let me know what you think. That's fine. And like I said, I'm not going to tolerate any jawing, any bad mouthing. We can discuss things like adults, but I know everybody's got their opinion on the divisions, got all their opinions on forward-facing sonar, so we can sure have a talk. I don't have a problem with it at all. But I appreciate all of y'all for tuning in again. We doubled the channel subscriber base this year. So for 2025, that's my goal, to double it again, which means that we've got to get about 2,500 subscribers by the end of the year. So let's start off 2025 with a big push. Y'all share this, tell your friends about this channel. Let's try to grow it by a couple hundred right here in January and see what happens moving forward. I appreciate all y'all for tuning in. Love all y'all to death. Like always, y'all keep chunking.